Welcome to This Sacred Life and the Divine Feminine Spotlight. I'm Transformation Goddess, best-selling author, and award-winning producer Shann Listen in for wisdom teachings and transparent conversations with soulful women about walking in beauty, reclaiming your feminine sovereignty, and celebrating the mystery and wonder of your sacred life. Welcome back to This Sacred Life. I'm Shann and I'm so glad that you choose to be with me today for another episode. Today I'm going to be talking about navigating through transition and the 4 stages involved in a transformational process. My hope is that this will help you no matter where you are in the transitional phase, because one thing's for certain, life continues to change. We continue to transform, and transitions are happening all around us every day. In the spirit of this Aries new moon, I'd like to share this with you to help you navigate through whatever change might be in front of you right now. As I mentioned, there are stages within every transformational cycle, and the first one is not very fun. It's discomfort, it's pain, sometimes it's suffering. This is a time when a change is coming on, and you can feel it, you can taste it, you can smell it, but you might not be sure what the change is or what you can do about it. And the more you fight it or try to get logical about things, the longer you'll stay in this stage. Some of the symptoms in stage 1 include being frightened, angry, perhaps feeling confused. You might have a hard time making decisions. You might feel negative or defensive. You might feel trapped. I remember when I was making the decision or figuring out that it was time to make a decision to leave my corporate career many years ago. Oh my gosh, I felt so trapped. And stage 1 lasted for quite a while because I was unwilling to let go of my successful career, of the money and the perks and everything that came with it. I had worked so hard to get to where I was, but I wasn't happy. And I knew something had to change. And it just turns out that the change meant leaving that job and starting my own business. What you can do when you're in this stage is really show yourself as much compassion as possible. Stay with your routines, the ones that work for you. Do your best not to overcommit to others at home or at work. And allow enough time and space to go internal if you need to. You want to develop nurturing habits that are easy and fun. Habits that don't need your willpower. So for instance, this isn't the time to completely overhaul your nutrition or completely overhaul your exercise program or start something brand new. This is a scaling back and focusing on what you already know so that you can allow for as much time to care for yourself as possible. I invite you to consider creating a luscious daily habits list that you can stick to over this time. And these are habits that are nurturing and easy and fun, like a bubble bath or inspirational reading, catching the magic of a sunrise or sunset, making sure you have fresh cut flowers in your home, that you're making time to be outside. Maybe you're practicing yoga, whatever it is, this is the list of things that you want to be sure you're taking action on while you're going through this big change, while you're in this place of feeling a little out of sorts. Eventually, you're going to transition from stage 1 and feeling uncomfortable to stage 2, which is all about introspection. As important as it is to nurture yourself through your discomfort at the beginning of a cycle, going internal is key to healing and flowing into a graceful transition. This is a time when you may want to start to protect yourself from the discomfort you're feeling by withdrawing a bit from the world, by going to your safe and private emotional space. This is where you begin letting go in order to allow for this new change or transition. The symptoms of the introspective stage are that you become more seeking, questioning, more spiritual, more protective, and often emotional. You're likely to be a bit more quiet and detached and withdrawn. And some of the things that you can do to support yourself through stage 2 include journaling, which is a great activity at this stage. Sometimes reading is helpful. Just keep it inspirational. Keep it light reading, if you will. Get yourself into nature, preferably alone or with just one other person. You might want to take walks on the beach or take an invigorating swim or have an evening around a warming campfire. This is also a good time to dig in the dirt, get in your garden, hike a woodland path. This stage is all about allowing yourself to heal from the pain and discomfort of realizing that your life is about to change. As I talk about these stages, they really can apply to anything. They can apply to relationship changes, personal changes, health changes, job changes. The cycle is the same no matter what you're experiencing. When you begin healing by nurturing your mind, body, and soul, you'll start to feel ready for exploration. And stage 3 is about exploration. It is probably my favorite part of the cycle. In this stage, you're starting to feel like you have some direction. You have an inkling about your upcoming transformation and change and what it's all about. And you're ready to learn more and perhaps give birth to this new change rather than having any fear around it. The symptoms include experiencing a higher level of energy, feeling safe, feeling more optimistic and confident, and willing to experiment with new ideas and learning, opening instead of fear and clinging. You're eager to dream about new possibilities, and you're looking for a new path and ready to commit to it. This is where you're discovering the vision for your next chapter. And some of the things that you can do to support yourself through stage 3, through the exploration stage, are to read about new things that are interesting to you. Continue to journal. Explore relationships and new connections. Learn more about what interests you. You might take a class, you might get some new training, you might do something creative. Just allow yourself to experiment. Really enjoy this new energy. This is really a place of opening and creativity and fun and just allowing yourself to be immersed in the potential of what might be. And once you've navigated through the initial discomfort of a transition and have gone internal and have started to roll up your sleeves to explore new frontiers, you're ready to move into the celebration stage or the Renaissance stage. And this is such a great relief, right? A giant exhale. I have arrived. This is when your vision is becoming clear and you're ready to take it head on and live your life on your terms based on what you've learned and what's come up for you. The symptoms of the celebration stage include feeling highly committed and creative and optimistic. And you're also determined to make changes at a much faster pace. Things start to flow for you. Mentally and physically, you are at the top of your game, and everything is possible. When you're in the celebration stage, this is the perfect time to allow yourself to flow, allow things to happen, be in love with your new discoveries and your new energy, and really ride the wave. Each stage in the transition cycle can last from weeks to a number of months. Here's what I've learned about this. You will move more quickly through a difficult stage when you honor yourself and put yourself at the front of the line. Really take extraordinary care of yourself. The other piece is knowing that celebration, when we get to that part of the cycle, feels like it will last forever, but it doesn't. Transitional stages are cyclic, and you'll be back at stage 1 again at another time in your life. It's just something that is a part of the human experience. To wrap up today's episode, I'd just like to ask you a few questions for you to contemplate. What stage of transition are you experiencing right now? And after listening in, what have you learned you need to do right now for yourself to honor the stage that you're experiencing? And what kind of support do you need to allow your transition to unfold with as much grace and ease as possible? If you want to dig deeper into navigating the cycles of life-altering transition, you can visit my website at transformationgoddess.com and then go over to the free meditations tab, and that will give you a drop-down menu for a free report, which is basically a transcript of what I just shared with you and some space for journaling and contemplation. Coming up later this month, I have an interview with the fabulous Mal Duane about her brand new book and how she learned to embrace heartbreak and betrayal and has completely changed her life. Thanks for listening to This Sacred Life. If you enjoyed what you heard, please consider sharing this podcast with a friend or leaving me some stars and a favorable review so that I can reach even more women around the world with this Sacred Life's message. And be sure to visit transformationgoddess.com to claim your free album of guided relaxations for your goddess journey.